Welcome. In this video, we're going to be looking at some precipitation reactions, and I'm going to tell you the reactants and give you the chemical equations of the reactants, and I want you to complete the reaction and figure out what this precipitate is that we formed. And then we're also going to want to write the net ionic equation for these reactions. Okay, so this first one is between aqueous lead nitrate and aqueous potassium iodide. So those are our reactants. And feel free to, pause and rewind as needed here. So we're going to put them into a test tube so we can see it clearly. So here's my lead iodide. You can see it is a, transparent, colorless liquid. And now I'm going to add some potassium iodide to it. And when I do that, do you see it turns bright yellow? So we definitely have an evidence of a reaction. We see a color change. So we started out with two clear liquids. We ended up with something that is yellow. It is also opaque. So that means that we formed a solid. Okay, and that's what a precipitation reaction is. It's when you form a solid from two aqueous reactants. So here's our first one. So it's our yellow precipitate there. We're going to scoot down the line and look at reaction number 2. This one is between aqueous copper nitrate and aqueous sodium carbonate. So we will see a pattern here. Again, we're starting with two aqueous compounds as our reactants. So here is our copper nitrate. So this time it is not colorless, but it is still transparent, and that's how we know it's a solution. So it's transparent, it's not opaque. That tells us everything is dissolved. It's all evenly mixed. Okay, now let's add some of my sodium carbonate. Let me do that again real quick. Okay. There we go. There's a better squirt. Okay, so do you see how it's already kind of turning cloudy though? I don't have a color change here. Like it's still blue, but now it's this, do you see it's kind of this chunky, opaque, right? Stuff in there. So we've formed a precipitate here. Okay, that's copper carbonate that we formed. So you want to, write out the equation for that reaction. All right, and then we're going to scoot down the line again. This one I might have to do it at a bit of an angle here. This next one is between aqueous silver nitrate and aqueous sodium chloride. So good old table salt is one of our reactants in this case. Okay, so here is our silver nitrate. And you can see it's a transparent, colorless solution here. As is sodium chloride, it's transparent, colorless, but when I mix them together, it turns into this, we form a white solid. Okay, so that's our precipitate. So again, the precipitate is the name is what we call that solid that's formed in this type of reaction. All right, and this one you might already be able to kind of see it settling down there at the bottom. I don't know how well you can see that on camera. Okay, so that was reaction 3. All right, let's scoot down here to reaction 4. So reaction 4 is between sodium phosphate and calcium chloride. All right, so we're going to take this one, and this one is our calcium chloride. Again, another clear, colorless solution. We got two transparent solutions here, and when I mix them together, we form a kind of a funny gelatinous looking solid here. We swirl it up there a little bit better. You can see it, if you can see that. So that's the solid we formed here in this reaction. Okay, let's scoot down a few more. This one, we're going to react aqueous iron 3 chloride. So it's iron with a +3 charge, and sodium carbonate. So I'll put the sodium carbonate in there first. Here is the sodium carbonate, another clear colorless liquid. Here is our iron chloride. which is this nice kind of yellow color, but you can see it's transparent, so we've got a solution. But when we mix them together, there we go, we get this kind of brown precipitate here. There we go, so that's that precipitate for that one. Okay, now let's go down and look at one more, reaction 6. So this one is silver nitrate, which is a reactant we've used already, with sodium phosphate. So I'm going to run down and grab my sodium phosphate from another container. Here we go. Here's my sodium phosphate. And we're using this bottle here. Okay, and then let's put some in here. So here is our silver nitrate. Again, it's a clear liquid there. And then we're going to add our sodium phosphate to it. And look at that. We make this kind of nice yellow solid here. Okay. And so those are our precipitation reactions. And there are 6 of them. So we want to be able to write the balanced molecular equation, figure out who your precipitates are, and then also write the net ionic equations. And here is our, just for afterwards, if you'd like to see, here's all the precipitates that we made side by side. So here's our lead iodide. Oh no, starting over here is our lead and our copper, and then we've got 2 white solids and and our iron carbonate. And this was our silver phosphate. So those are all of our precipitates. Thanks for watching.